I want to welcome everyone. The name of our company is called Auvoria Prime. And essentially, what our goal is very simple. It's to help regular people get involved in the foreign exchange and currency markets. Now, let me say that again. Our goal is to help regular people get involved in the foreign exchange markets. Now, what we've done is we've got a multitude of different softwares based on trading styles, based on different cost analysis and trading algorithms for people all over the world. Now, this software we didn't create yesterday. It's not something that we built a year ago. What we did is we found a venture capital firm that created originally our first software for a hedge fund 9 years ago. And what this hedge fund wanted to do is it wanted to leverage technology to be able to take advantage of all of the liquidity in the Forex markets. And one of the reasons why there's so much liquidity is because the Forex markets don't close and don't have a traditional opening and closing bell like traditional stock markets do. So all of that money's being pushed in 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So these hedge funds wanted to be able to take advantage of that in addition to their human market maker traders. So what they did is they commissioned this venture capital firm to not only create an algorithmic software, but to be able to have a thinking mechanism. So in other words, this is not a bot. What traditional bots do is they find an entry point, but when the markets suddenly shift, particularly in today's political climate, those bots don't know how to get out. Whereas our software, the longer it goes, the smarter it gets. So what we did is we went to that same venture capital firm that created these softwares for these big hedge funds that made tens of millions of dollars. And we said, listen, can you scale this down for regular people? Because regular folk don't have $500,000 to put, $2 million. They said, sure. They scaled it down. They tweaked it in ways that we thought deemed necessary for the regular retail trader, and Auvoria Prime was born. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Michael Manuel. I've been in networking for over 20 years. I've been full-time for 17. I'm a career seven-figure earner. But most importantly, prior to networking, I was actually on Wall Street. I started off in Midtown Manhattan with New York life insurance here in the United States. I started off with annuities and life and health insurance. And then I integrated and upgraded and grow into equities, derivatives, investment banking. I was a runner on the exchange floor in agricultural commodities for what was then Dreyfus, which became later Deutsche Bank. So I was actually a runner in that section on the New York Stock Exchange floor. So my background was Series 12, 4, 7, 65, and 66. So my background was actually in trading and global currency and global markets. I'm a six-figure master trader. So when I saw what Auvoria Prime was doing, I got really excited because I knew that I could marry my past skill and integrate that into networking. So I really liked what I wanted to do. Now, obviously, we've got to say this. Trading in the foreign exchange markets carries risk. Trading in any market, there's risk. You should understand that while trading in the foreign exchange markets, it's not for everyone. You should not trade with money you can't afford to lose. Our software is a thinking mechanism. Our software can help mitigate risk and lower it when your settings are conservative, but it's not the holy grail of risk-free trading. There's nothing in trading, whether it's Forex, commodities, both metals and agricultural, traditional stock, S&P, NASDAQ, there's nothing that's guaranteed in trading mechanisms. Now, often people say, well, Michael, my 401k, my 403, my pension plan is pretty guaranteed. Really? The market's right now trading about 28,000. Should it suddenly drop below that threshold of guarantee to, let's say, 20,000? Your retirement plan is in jeopardy. Here's the other risk, particularly in times of COVID. losing your job. Now you've spent 12 years with this particular company. They've got this particular type of retirement 401k, which are traditionally Vanguard funds. Now you've been terminated. You've got to roll that over. You start another job that has a different style of retirement. And at 40, what are you going to do? So anything that involves trading has risk. What we hope to accomplish is at least mitigate or lower some of that risk by people having control of their risk management with our software. And we do have to say that. Now, our goal is simple. It is not to create multimillionaires. While that's feasible in any market, the volatility that comes with that is too high. So what our goal is with our mechanisms and our softwares and our platforms is simple. It's to help regular people compound their money over time to simply get a better return than what your banks are giving you with traditional vehicles, CDs, money markets, mutual funds, savings, even Roth and traditional IRAs. That's it. No one is taking $1,000 with our software and our platform and in 30 days turning that into $30,000. We're not Gordon Gekko. We're not Jordan Belfort. That's not what we're doing. Our goal is to help regular people compound their money so they have a platform to help with their portfolio if they've got one, and to help start one if they don't. That's what our mission statement is. And that's what we mean to do using the liquidity of the foreign exchange markets. Now, we understand that there are lots of companies out there that are education companies and lots of people that want to learn the manual aspect of trading. I'm a manual trader. I like to manual trade, but it's really hard. You've got to learn support and resistance zones, Fibonacci patterns, ADX and RSI correlations, price action, volume price analysis. It takes a long time. So what often happens is when people get involved in the markets, they end up spending so much time learning about price movement that it becomes another job. So now they're working their traditional job, they're coming home, they're eating, and now they're spending time on the computer studying this, studying that. Suddenly it's 1 o'clock in the morning, they've got to get up to go to work the next day, or actually setting their alarm clock so they can wake up for the London breakout session if you're in the United States, and then you got to get up 2 hours later. So now it becomes another job and you're practically killing yourself and you'll end up burning yourself out. So what we wanted to do was create a mechanism where people can get involved in the foreign exchange markets by actually working smarter without spending 12 hours a day outside of what you're doing by using technology, but using technology that would help you give your time back and not spend 12 hours a day studying it. Now, there are freedoms and opportunities with Forex. That's the goal. It's to create leveraged freedom using our software to create a way that you can compound and use the liquidity and the leverage of technology and take advantage and become a part of a market that's been around for 100 years, but really, unlike the stock market, has been kept secret up until the last 10 or 15 years. Now, for those of you that don't know what Forex is, it is not like the stock market. The stock market, you are giving your money to the markets, to companies, and when good things happen to the companies and the markets, your valuation in the stock price grows, you make some money. But let's be honest, Troy, you can buy as much Tesla stock as you want. You will always be Troy. You will never be Elon Musk. With the stock market, it's ebb and flows, and it determines on how well this big company does. The Forex markets are different. With the Forex markets, what we're doing is we're putting two currencies and we're putting them together as a pair. euro and the Japanese yen, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. We're putting them together as a pair, and then we're buying or selling one against the other based on strength or weakness, which means in the Forex markets, when traditional markets are going through recessionary times and devaluation, there's still the ability to make money in Forex, because when traditional market movements are declining based on global activity, we could take advantage of the negative because we are buying or selling one currency against the other in good, bad, or indifferent times. That's what we love about the Forex market. Like I said earlier, it's the most liquid market in the world. More than the Dow, more than the S&P, NASDAQ, Nikkei, FTSE, because that money is constantly being pushed in 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. You don't need a special license. You don't need a lot of education, and you really don't need a lot of trading capital. So that's what's happened within the Forex markets and what's become available. Now, people fail all the time on the manual aspect of trading. Number one is because they don't have time. They're going to burn themselves out. They've got jobs, they've got children, they've got hobbies. It takes a long time to understand the Ichimoku cloud. Or if you're going to take the ADX RSI and compare that to a MACD zero line. So what we want to do is help people from stop failing that don't have the time or desire. Another aspect is trading in the markets is very emotional. The angrier you get, the more you can lose. The more euphoric you get, the more you can lose. So what happens is when you bring in emotions, you can tend to make poor decisions that affect your trading. Another reason why people fail is that in Forex, it's very complex and they don't have the infrastructure of support to help them learn. So they don't get around the right community. You can't, a lot of times people join these companies and they're left to their own devices, YouTube or some company online strategy, session, and that doesn't work. And we wanted to find a way that we could fix that. So what we did is we created a paradigm shift in Forex. What we did is we said, why are people failing in this market? So it took us years to find multiple different softwares and AI and technology with proven data over the course of 15 years that worked with different trading softwares and aspects and algorithms. And then we scaled that down to a few that we thought were best for the common man. People that were both beginner or experienced traders. We went and found companies with proven long-term results, tangible results, and not just on demo accounts. We wanted to see not only softwares that had been used and made profit, but we wanted to see the withdrawals of those profits. We wanted to be able to create something that required the least amount of capital because we didn't want to create an infrastructure where large corporations could take advantage of our software and then make more money. That's not what we wanted. We wanted to create an infrastructure for regular folk to get involved that had limited time to trade, limited resources, but still wanted to add to that investment portfolio. And that's what we did. So what we did is we created what's called Auvoria Prime Marketplace. We have a market of different softwares based on different trading styles, different balances, different equity, different long-term goals. So we created a level of diversity so not everyone's egg is in one basket. So what do we mean? Well, some people are more fiscally conservative than others. Some people are geared more long-term, slow and steady wins the race. So we had to create softwares and find softwares that worked, that were artificially intelligent, that were just not algorithmic programs. I want to make that very clear. We did not just want to find softwares where some kid programmed the algorithm with ones and zeros, and that was it. We wanted to find thinking mechanisms because of the ebb and flow that comes with Forex trading. So we found these softwares that worked with long-term proven. We tweaked them for the retail trader. And then we also implemented infrastructure for coaching and support, because we're not going to leave you to your own devices. If you're in America, we wanted you to be in good hands with Allstate. That's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to create all of this infrastructure and now you're going online and you don't know what to do. That's not what we wanted. So, how does it work? We created a variety of different access level passes based on the desire of people. We've got our bronze access pass for people that simply want one software. It's just for you, long term. And then we graduated into silver, gold, and platinum, where we had multiple softwares for people that wanted to try out different schematics with different softwares, different styles of trading. But here's why we also did this: to help with generational wealth creation. Michael, I like this. I've been using this. I want to get my kids involved. I want to get my grandchildren involved. I want to have that long-term effect. A lot like life insurance and the beneficiary of life insurance and other parts of your portfolio. You want to leave something that can grow and compound. So we created the ability to have multiple licenses so you can run multiple softwares or the same software multiple times for you and entities outside of your family or outside of just you. Now, we also have Forex Academy. We are not anti-education. We want people to learn that want to learn. I'm a manual trader. I trade every day. But what we understood is this: a lot of these Forex education companies are very one-dimensional. It is a zero-sum game. Either you learn or you don't. So now you've got these people that are joining these companies that are being promised education. And if they don't learn, then what? We didn't want to be that one dimension. We wanted to be a multi-dimensional company that was an equal opportunity. We wanted to be the company where someone like David can go to his son who's 20 years old or his daughter 22 years old. They want to dive in the markets. They want to learn how to trade. And we wanted to be able to create that mechanism for them. But we also wanted to be the company where David can go to one of his senior family members that simply wanted to supplement their retirement portfolio. We wanted to be that multi-dimensional company for people that want to learn, want to get involved, but for people that don't want to learn, they don't have the time. Maybe you've tried and haven't learned. Maybe you're a skilled trader, I don't know. But you're looking for a way to take advantage of the Forex markets without studying charts. Or maybe, and we've got examples like this, you're a skilled trader and your lifestyle depends on what you make manually trading and you get COVID. We've got a young woman who her entire life depends on manually trading. She got COVID, she was out for a month. You know how she made her money in the Forex markets? This software. She was able to leverage that. So we wanted to have a mechanism where no matter where you are in trading, we had something for you. And you can do it basic, beginner, advanced, courses, live trading, video trading, so you can do it at your own pace. Now, we also understand Forex is highly regulated. We can't profess to be a company that's here to help you build long-term equity if we get ousted by the CFTC in 6 months. We understand that. So what happens with a lot of these companies is they have these Forex education companies, and sometimes they create really good traders, and they're on social media and they're pushing, they're saying, they're giving you signals programs, and they're saying, do this and do that, and the markets are doing this. But we also understand that at any given time, the powers that be can say, well, XYZ company, you've got these traders that are good traders, but here's my question. Where is their license? Where's their license to give this advice? Troy, when you go and go to your investment banker with a particular amount of money and they advise you on how to handle that in the markets, they're licensed to do that to protect themselves. So what we did at Auvoria Prime was we said, listen, we're going to do the same thing. So we brought on Stephen Vetterall, a licensed financial advisor, 18 years of Forex and portfolio management experience. And what he does is he looks at the upcoming Forex markets and then twice a week meets with our customer base and then helps them mitigate and use their softwares for maximizing potential. Why is that important? Because he's licensed by the CFTC and SEC to do it. So we have infrastructure in place that when our corporate staff and our advisors are giving people advice on how to maximize our software, that they're legally allowed to do it. We knew what we were doing because we understand the volatility of regulation within the Forex markets. Now, of course, we've got people in our corporate infrastructure, 20 to 30 years with finance and technology. Stephen Vetterall, we brought on a Daisy Duncan, who's a masterful trader and an even better educator. Anyone can trade. Not everyone can effectively teach it. So, there are benefits to becoming a customer with Auvoria Prime. Number one, you've got access to the marketplace. Number two is that you can switch the softwares weekly. If 1 week you want to use Variable and then next week you want to go to Alexander and the next week you want to go to Gearbox, you can mix and match until you find the software that's best for your goal and desires. Now, here's the other thing. There are two things that make us legal. Number one, this software will not work. It will not run. It will not do anything until you dictate your independent level of risk. This is not a software that runs the same for everyone, and then you simply hit the auto trading button and it trades. Number one, that's illegal. Number two, everyone has a different level of risk management. Eric might be very fiscally conservative. Troy might be in the middle. I might be put it all on black. So the software's got to understand that where you are independently so it knows how to handle your personal level of risk tolerance. And it will not move until you dictate that. The other thing that makes this legal is that there's no exchange of trading capital. You're not giving us your money with this software to do something on your behalf. We're not Charles Schwab or Edward Jones. Our software simply integrates with your Forex broker on MT4 for you traders, not MT5. But your profits and withdrawals, your fiscal transaction is between you and your broker. We don't act as a middleman. And what do we know in finance? Anything in finance that has a middleman usually is one, going to cost you some money, or two, not good. We're simply a software company. You have control over your trades, and our software will trade on demo accounts for as long as you want until you feel comfortable with going live. You decide how diversified you want to be, how many softwares you want to be, how aggressive or conservative you want to be with the software. And I am going to show you, the software. Now, we've got different packages. We've got bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. What does that mean? Well, the bronze package is one software. You find a software, you want to use it, you want that to be long-term, wonderful. It's $99. Silver is $198, that's two softwares. Gold is $297, that's three. Platinum is $4, that's $396. Now, let me explain the prices. There's a one-time activation fee of $80. That's a lifetime membership. You get access to Stephen Vetterall's live trainings. You get access to the Forex University. You get access to the back office, everything. And then there's a $20 virtual private server fee. What does that mean? The software does not download to your hard drive. There's a couple of reasons why we do that. Number one, for you traders, latency. What does that mean? We make sure that your software is on the server closest to your corporate broker's server. For you traders, that also stops what? Slippage. When you close the trades out manually and it doesn't close, and you're like, oh my God, the markets are moving, I'm losing money. Yeah, that's why. So we make sure that your independent broker choice, that we place the software on the server closest to the corporate location. Hong Kong, Johannesburg, Cape Town, New Zealand, doesn't matter, London. The other reason is that it protects from acts of nature. The electric goes out, the internet goes out, your laptop gets stolen, your hard drive dies. The software will continue to trade, continue to protect your equity, continue to take advantage of market movement, regardless of what happens to your laptop or desktop. You can log into any computer in the world. For those of you in the United States, Thanksgiving's coming up. The markets are open that Friday, that Wednesday. You're at your grandma's house, your cousin's house. You notice something's going on with the trade. You left your laptop in the car. You left it at home. You can log into grandma's computer, log into the virtual server, adjust your settings, and go watch football and have turkey. That's the value of the VPS. So let me go over the pricing structure. What's the bottom line price? Bronze package to get started, $198, $119 a month. The silver package, just add $100, $298, $217 a month. Gold package, $398, $317 a month. Platinum, $498, $417 a month. Okay? Now, we want you to take control, but there's one slide actually that, because I'm on a different computer, there is a way to get your software for free. When you refer 2 people to our software, and those people have 3 licenses amongst them, for as long as they're using the software, you don't have to pay. But I want to stop real quick. One of the problems in this industry is that people, when they don't make money with their product or service, they resort to referring or recruiting. So then what ends up happening is you've got a company full of people that are making an abundance of money and they know nothing about their product or service. And that is very true in Forex. You've got lots of companies where people are making 6 figures a year or a month and they couldn't tell you a support zone from a resistance zone. So then what ends up happening is you've got people that truly want to join and learn the value of Forex, and they get no support or education because their circle knows nothing about Forex, but they're making a whole lot of money on referring. That's not what we want to be. We want you to use our software, watch it grow, understand the settings, watch it compound, watch your equity grow. And then when you do decide to refer us, you've got tangible proof of what you're doing. Hey, Troy, you've been in this new company, that education company in Forex for 6 months. You make any money yet? Well, no, because it's been 6 months. You're barely learning what a support line is. Hey, Troy, you've been using that Forex software for 6 months. You make any money yet? Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Show you. So the value of what we're doing on the referral side is that as you're watching your software grow and compound in your equity, now you can refer people on your time. You're not being forced or lured into that, and you've got something tangible to show them. So before I end, let me show you the software. Real accounts, live accounts. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's start with, I don't want to start with that one, Darlene Smith. So here's the software. My picture died because my laptop, the other laptop died. So let's start here. Here's Darlene Smith. Darlene Smith is a mom. She's a worker. She knows nothing about Forex. But what she can do is approve and decline trades. What do I mean by that? There's a difference between our softwares in the United States and our softwares outside of the United States. This company does nothing without turning everything we do over to the CFTC. I'm not joking. Not only our softwares, but our networking comp plan. So what we did is we turned the softwares over, and the CFTC loved it. They wanted one thing. They said, what we want to do in America is we want to give an approve or decline method. So people in America, when the software sees that trade that it wants to initiate, they have to approve or decline it. That way we know, the end user knows, they are getting into a risk management situation. We said yes. So Darlene Smith is a mom. She's a worker. She knows nothing about Forex, doesn't want to know, but what she can do is approve and decline trades. So Darlene got started on August 17th with $3,920. Great. Like I said, she knows nothing about Forex, doesn't have to know, but she can approve trades. As of right now, 10/22, which is October 22nd, her balance is $4,664. That's $744 in a little over 2 months. Now, is $744 a lot of money in the grand scheme of things? No, but it is when you know nothing about trading. Had Darlene deposited $3,920 on August 17th in her bank, do you know how much she'd have right now? $3,920. If Darlene went live 2 months ago to try to learn Forex on her own, do you know how much she'd have right now? Nothing. I can assure you she would have blown that account. Let me show you another account. Here is Leah Getto. Leah Getto is a business owner. She owns a tangible business. She's like, Michael, I do not have time for this nonsense. I'd love to take advantage of the markets, but I own a brick and mortar business. I can approve and decline trades. And if the markets go crazy, I have time to tell the software to slow down or to get more aggressive. Great. So on August 3rd, Leah deposited, and you can see for you traders right there, live. This is not demo. She deposited $100,495. As of today, her balance is here, $116,513. So in just about 2 months, and I'm going to have to stop quick because my battery's going to die, she's made $16,000. Again, has no clue on Forex, has never done Forex. And for you traders, watch this. Her balance is $116,000. Look at her drawdown. This is for traders. Look at her drawdown. Not bad for a woman that only approves and declines trades and doesn't even look at the software for 2 months. So you say, well, Michael, we've got 2 softwares over since August. I want to see long-term. I want to see real long-term results. Well, let's talk about that. Here's an account. It's mine. May 23rd, 2019, I deposited $27,000. Live. In the month of May of 2019, I personally deposited $58,000. As of right now, the balance is $44,000, $3,000 in drawdown. Not bad. Oh, hold on a minute, Michael. Wait. In May of 2019, you deposited $58,000, but your current balance is $44,000. That doesn't make any sense. Well, we have a rule in Forex. It's not real until you withdraw it. Let's go back. My balance is $44,000. In May of 2019, I deposited $58,000. There's my balance. There's my deposit. Guys, look at my withdrawal. $185,000 on a $58,000 deposit in May of 2019. I've profited just over $170,000. I have not manually traded over this account. This has been software set. Sometimes I was conservative. Sometimes I got aggressive. Last year doing Brexit made it slow. And this software for you traders have traded through NFP, FOMC, Brexit. It's trading now. I let it go into the weekends. Even when what's called gapping happens, you know what gapping is? On Sunday when price opens higher or lower and there's that space. It's withstand all of that. We're not saying manually trading is bad. What we want to do is give regular folk that have either not been involved in Forex or tried and struggling, we want to give you a fair shot. Now, I want to say this. In 2 years, I have never seen the software lose money because of the software, but people still lose money. Michael, oh my God, I made so much with the Euro USD, but what they don't tell me is 2 weeks later, they're like, I want to see if this works on the US 30. No! I want to see if this works on gold. No! I didn't say that. Or they go in, they manually trade over it. Or here's the big one. When you sit, and this is where your software, this is the control center right here. Here's the biggest one. You can dictate to the software how you want to control. This is the heart of the software. For example, the software will stop during news. Donald Trump, 1 o'clock Wednesday to discuss American unemployment. Great. The software will shut off, let him speak, turn back on, reanalyze price, and then adjust accordingly. So if you look up here, you can tell the software what your weekly goal wants to be. You can have it fixed or you can have it trailing. Okay? Number one reason why people lose money in here. When this software hits your weekly goal, it will stop. It will close all trades out in profit for true 4%. It closes out. You're done. Here's the number one reason why people lose money. What'll happen is this. People will hit their weekly goal on Tuesday. And they'll say, wow, I made 3% from Sunday to Tuesday. If I turn the software back on, that means I can make another 3%. And that means I've made 6%. And sometimes you'll turn your software back on Tuesday and you'll make another 6%. And then sometimes you'll turn your software back on Tuesday and Donald Trump will tweet something on Wednesday and the markets will go crazy. And all of a sudden on Friday, guess what? You've made 3%, 4%, 5%. I don't care what you do. Go manually trade, take your wife out to dinner. But if you make 4% on your balance, a 4% return in 48 hours, just relax until the next week. This software was designed for that. It's got a compounding effect to it. So that's us in a nutshell, guys. I hope, I hope everything, went well. And guys, it was an honor and a privilege for me to be here. Thank you.